got a comment from someone who was like, oh, I don't get why trans representation is so important. I'm not trans. Why is trans representation so important? And it's like, you know, like if you're a cis person, if you're a cis straight person, like everything is catered towards you. Your parents are probably like a cis straight couple. Your friends' parents are a cis straight couple. Like in movies, books and whatnot, like you're going to get it shoved down your throat. Like you literally have to go out of your way to find some like niche representation of like, I don't know, a gay couple or whatnot. If you don't know gay people exist and you can't like seek it out, and society just doesn't show you and teach you anything about like gay people, like how are you supposed to learn that people like that actually exists? And if you're a gay person and you're like, well, everybody around me is like cis and straight and whatnot, and I just don't fit in, I don't understand my feelings, like I don't know what is going on in the world, I'm the only one who is different, like that makes you feel lonely. And if you don't know that people like you exist in the world and that you're valid, that can make you feel really depressed and anxious. It's always like entitled people. It's always the privileged people who are like, well, I don't understand why you need representation too. It's like you got your representation. You have literally a monopoly when it comes to like romantic stories. It doesn't matter if it's children's books, 18 plus stuff, like everything is like catered towards you. There needs to be a balance. We deserve to have representation as well. And nowadays, even acknowledging that gay couples exist is seen as a massive woke thing being shoved down your throat. Oh yeah. Imagine you go into like Asmongold's room and there's like a stench. You go into it and after like an hour or something, you realize that, like you don't smell that stench anymore because like your nose blends it out. That is what it feels like if you're a cis straight person. Everything around you is like catered towards you and you don't even realize what's going on. But when someone, I don't know, sprays like a deodorant in that room, you're going to smell that. And then a lot of people are like, well, you know, I noticed that something is different and I don't like that. Imagine you grow up in a town where the only ice cream flavor is vanilla and everyone around you really likes ice cream. They really like vanilla ice cream and you just don't enjoy it. So you think that you actually just don't like ice cream because the only ice cream that you know of, you're aware of, is vanilla. And because you don't like vanilla, that means you actually don't like any ice cream because you think it's the only ice cream. And then you go into a different city and there's actually like strawberry and chocolate and whatnot. And it's like, hey, I actually don't hate ice cream. I just don't like vanilla. But there are other options that I really enjoy. And then you start eating what you enjoy. And then the same people in that town who only grew up with vanilla ice cream are suddenly like, wait, there are different options, but I like vanilla. Why are they shoving other ice cream flavors down my throat? I only like vanilla. We are only supposed to have only vanilla. What is that, strawberry? No, you're shoving that down our throat. That's literally what it feels like. It's like just because it doesn't appeal to you doesn't mean that it shouldn't exist and it should be like hidden away. We have to, I don't know, go on like a treasure hunt and unlock the secret riddle in order to get access to like strawberry ice cream. Like bubblegum ice cream. I don't like bubblegum ice cream. You shouldn't have bubblegum ice cream. Stop shoving it down our throat. I have to see it at like an ice cream shop and I don't like it. Why does it even need to exist? That's what it feels like to be part of the minority. It's insane how people like still don't understand our perspective. But yeah, that's just the thing. Like you are fortunate enough to resonate with the content that society pushes in your face. And you are entitled and privileged and you believe that anytime something is out there that you don't resonate with is actually being shoved down your throat. Even though we have to deal with like an environment where we constantly have to look at like cis straight stuff. You know, 90% of video game characters to this day is still featuring like straight couples and cis people and whatnot. Like anytime there's like a trans character, it's just like a small minor role, like a small NPC, and everybody is freaking out. Oh, the chin of that woman that is modeled after a real woman is actually woke and DEI, Jin. It's always so dumb. Reactionarism is the term you're looking for. Yeah. And the thing is, like, people are like having an entire platform built around this type of content. And it's like, oh my god, is that really your biggest problem? Your biggest concern is that someone other than you gets representation in a video game? You don't find that a woman appealing, so it shouldn't exist, and you're making like a 30-minute video about how woke ruined your game and DEI ruined your hot women? Is that really what we're doing here? Entitled people who are like cis straight, because they are the majority and they like see all the media and whatnot, and we didn't have like representation before. Like a lot of trans representation back in the day was literally just through con, and that's not a good thing. And now that it's like becoming more visible and less of like a niche thing, people are freaking out. The people who are freaking out is like they aren't the ones actually being affected by any of this. They're literally just wanting to get upset that other groups are, you know, getting representation as well, because they think that if other groups get representation, that means there's less representation for them. And even though in the grand scheme of things they still have the majority, they still freak out every time there's like something that doesn't appeal to them. Anytime a woman, you know, female character doesn't look exactly like they want them to look, like they are going to start petitions and stream about it on Reddit and Twitter and whatnot. Anytime there's like a person of color having like a protagonist role, like a major role, like they're freaking out. And same with like gay couples, like gay scenes, gay romantic scenes. It's like they're fine when like a woman kisses a man, but they are screaming if a man kisses another man. And it's literally just like hypocrisy. I've seen too many people generally argue that gay representation turns kids gay because they want to be more like their heroes. Wasn't that the same struggle with like Spider-Man? Like the, oh, what's his name? The actor who played like a role in another movie where it was like a gay man, and then people freaking out because Spider-Man is supposed to be straight. And it's like, he's the actor playing another role. Like, Jesus. When gay kids learn about gay people existing, they're actually having the confidence to come out. So they think that this one gay scene turned them gay. When in reality, it's like they were stuck in the closet and they didn't know how to like connect with society because they didn't fit in the right way, and they didn't think they were seen, and they were just like scared to open up about it because they were scared of being judged because they were confused and didn't know anything about themselves. It's not turning a straight kid gay. You just assumed that every child is straight until they are being indoctrinated, brainwashed to become gay. But gay people, we don't have conversion camps. Trans people, we don't have conversion camps. You know who does? Straight people, cis people. And you know what? It's always abusive and it never fucking works. It only, you know, makes a child depressed. Gays can't reproduce, so they need to convert kids gay. Oh god. But yeah, that's their logic. If I had tons of money, I'd open a fake conversion camp that tries to turn straight kids gay. The thing is, like, all these like homophobic or these transphobic people don't like it when you take their rhetoric and replace a gay or trans with straight or cis. They don't like it. They freak out a lot when you switch it on them. They still think kids and people choose who they like. If people choose their sexuality, nobody would willingly date men. True. When I start ranting loudly about the hetero agenda, they are actually the ones who have an agenda. The agenda of straight people is like eradicate trans and gay people. And the agenda of trans people is like, hey, actually, we would like to have, you know, rights. I would really appreciate it if I could live in society without having to fear for my life every time I leave my door. That's the trans agenda. That is the woke mind virus. if you could take being trans or not. I don't think many people would actually willingly be trans. Unless you're like non-binary, gender fluid or whatnot. But if you're like a trans femme, trans masc, especially depending on your gender dysphoria, I don't think a lot of people would pick that option. It's not a cool trend. It's not fun to go through all these things and struggle with depression and whatnot. But like, they don't want to hear us out. I would 100% not be trans if I had the choice. Yeah, but sadly it's not a choice. Gender dysphoria is such a pain to deal with. Yeah, in a lot of instances, like medically transitioning is the only option. And the thing is, like, I don't think a lot of people would like to go through the surgery that I've been through just to, you know, be able to look at yourself in the mirror. And the thing is, like, even if you have like that surgery and whatnot, it's not guaranteed to go well. Like, it's a risky surgery, and yet so many people still do it and so little people regret it, despite the fact that it goes wrong 20% of the time. Most people don't regret it. My least favorite part of gender dysphoria is spelling it. There's not really a lot of favorite parts that I have when it comes to gender dysphoria. It's risky, but so it's not doing it. Yeah, that's fair. I take a risk and be happy than the risk of living with depression. Yeah, gender dysphoria is like the opposite of fun. It's not fun.